morning, all my crafty friends. Nana K here with NanaKDesigns.com and the Altered Book on Etsy. How are you guys doing? I hope you've had a great weekend. It's Sunday morning, excuse me. I'll start the afternoon, but it's Sunday morning. I still have a house full of grandkids. Big birthday party yesterday. They had a blast. So I didn't get on here and do anything, but I thought this morning, while the boys were playing the last little bit of time they're going to get to play on the jumpy house, we got them for the party. We're going to try to get 2 pages done. Going to do them really quick because I want to try to finish this book up so we can go back and start adding stuff to these pages. So that's where we are right now. Sorry, my boys came in. I had to stop the video for a second. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to do this dual pocket here. I've already got the stuff cut out for it, so it won't take long to do it. And this pocket is going to have a pocket here, and then it's going to have a slide out pocket here with a tag that pulls out. So let's just go ahead and get it done. And I'm thinking I forgot to put this piece on, but we'll find it. I got a piece somewhere for it, I'm sure. We're going to start with the easy piece, which is the front piece that goes in here inside the pocket design right here. I'm going to get that one in first. So we're going to grab our glue page, a couple of them. So I can have enough room to do that. Let's do one more. Give me a little bit of room here. Using up all my pages doing gluing. All right, there we go. All right, so make sure always get them corners down good. My glue stick's a little bit tight this morning because I haven't opened it in a couple of days. I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend with family. I've had a good one. Had a lot of family over yesterday for the 3-year-old's birthday party. And of course his daddy had a birthday this month and his mama, so we kind of threw it all together for all of them. And the kids had a great time. I had a niece and her kids come over, and my elder sister came. My younger sister couldn't come with her grandkid, but my elder sister came with 3 of her grandchildren, and they were such a joy. My kids all had fun. So we made a memorable weekend. All right, let's get this piece in. These last few pages are just really simple, kind of repeats of what we've been doing the whole book, guys. Nothing major, nothing, extremely unique. Of course, if I run across something extremely unique, I'll tell you that we've run across something extremely unique. But for right now, it's just general, making sure everything is glued down tight and sealing it and getting the air from behind it so we got a good seal. I'm having a little horse problem this morning, too. I don't know what's wrong. Played out in that wind a lot yesterday. Lord have mercy, we were so upset because it was so beautiful and sunny all day, and then just about time for everybody to arrive for the party, the clouds rolled in. And I think it dropped in temperature nearly 15 degrees because it went way down cold. We all had to run in. I had to run in and find sweaters and coats for all my guests. That was bad because they didn't come prepared with sweaters and coats. But you know what? We managed. And it never really quite rained, so we did very well. I'm sorry, my little grandson came through. For some reason, my 5-year-old is as bad as my 3-year-old, does not understand what do not talk means. That's okay. You know what? That's just life. I hope you guys don't mind. All right. I've trimmed off just a little bit that was hanging over. I didn't like that look. We're going to have lace across there. And I've got some lace ready to go this time, so we'll get that on. All right, so the back side of the pocket is done right there. So that gives you more of an idea of what kind of a look we're going to get. All right, so now it's this fold over pocket, and I've got to try to remember how I did it. I've made a little piece to go on it. I don't want it that decorative. Let's see if we got it this way. This experiment, I can't remember which way I turn it, guys. If you just give me a minute. And that one's not going all the way out to the point, but we are going to have lace there, so not worried about that. We'll chip that little bit off. I think I like that. I don't want it real Anyway, let's go with it. That's what we've got, and that's what we're going to go with. All right, so I had already cut this piece out, and I'd already folded it to fit. So now it's just a matter of coming in here and laying it on where we want it. And I don't want to go into the next pocket, so we're just going to tap it on, make sure there's no wording showing on that edge. Tap it on tight, and I'm going to try to glue this on. It would help if I opened the lid, wouldn't it? And sometimes I can glue this way. Sometimes I get on the other page, so I have to be careful. But the sun is shining kind of bright in that window, and I can kind of see where the glue is going this go round. All right, let's fold it over again, like it's supposed to. See if we got it right. We did. See how simple this page is coming together? Now, we don't have the card thumb for this page, but it is simply coming together a lot easier. Sometimes a lot easier than we normally have. I'm going to cut this little point off so that it's not so sharp. There you go. And you've got to remember that a lot of that's going to get trimmed off. And I'm thinking, that's all the way down. So we're going to turn this one and do the same thing where we've got that little bit of a peak showing right there. Clip it at the top. Okay, we're going to get the back side glued down now. All right, on that one, let's get this corner good. Glue that one down. So now that's the inside of your pocket. So when you see the inside of your pocket, you see the design and not so much of the wording. Again, that is a preference. If you don't mind the wording, that's a preference. All right, the next piece we're going to glue is the secondary pocket that we're going to do here. And I think I want to staple. Well, that's already got a double. You know what? Not going to worry about it, because by the time I put this on, that'll be 3 layers. I think we're good. All right, let's put this one on. This one should be real simple. It's just a layover pocket, nothing to fold over. It's just going to lay on top in this position. And I got glue on my front sheet because I grabbed a sheet that obviously had glue on it. But we'll wipe it off in just a minute. That's why I keep wipes handy. I can't seem to get in the swing of things this morning, and I just had a bad sneeze. I had to pop it off a second. Didn't want to scare y'all to death with that loud sneeze of mine. All right, so we've pretty much got this matched up right here. Now, I do not like the separation of that line, so I am going to make something extra for that. But for the most part, these two are done, and that's your 2 pockets. And you definitely can see it now, what it's going to look like. We're going to have a card here and a card here. Seal this edge. I am going to find one of my little lacy designs. Let's see what I got over here. There's a specific one I'm looking for, because you can put a ribbon or a strip of paper down the center of it, and it looks really nice. But for some reason, I'm not able to put my hands right on it, but I got a lot of them. Just overlook me. There it is. I knew it was somewhere close by. This one right here. I like this one because I can put it here, and I can kind of seal off the 2 of those. Okay? And I'm only going to carry it to right there. But it just kind of gives me a, well, you know what, we might can just do a piece of washi tape. Let's look at a piece of washi tape first before I decide on put all that lace. Because when I have lace at the top, I'm really not sure. And I'm sorry, I'm probably echoing because I'm behind you. And this piece doesn't have peel in it, but it's got pink and it matches this a little bit, so it just kind of gives me a little bit of variance there, and that's really what I'm after. Let me just kind of look. I think I like the lace. Okay, so we're going to grab our little piece of paper like this, and we're going to grab our vagabond real quick. Pop it right up here on the desk. Take but a second. I really am liking having my vagabond this close. I have never, ever, ever been able to work with my cutouts this easily. And I'm really liking the way we rearranged our desk and got things where we can just grab them. The shelving below holds my Vagabond and my sewing machine. And they're not all that heavy, so I can just kind of reach over and grab them and do what I want to do. All right, so we're going to pop this one in right here. Save as much paper as I can because I've already printed all these. All right. And I've got it backwards right this minute. But it's all right. It still works. All right, so we've got it on. That's all we need was the one for right this second. Let's go ahead and close it up. See how simple that was? Just having it handy like that? That is so nice. All right. Put my plates back aside and put this aside to clean. Put my plates back aside till the next time we need it. All right. Whew. I think I'm going to have one of those days with some allergies. It was really windy yesterday, I have to tell you. I probably am going to have a little bit of allergies because that wind was something. All right, this washi tape I think is wider than a watt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it here on this line here. No, we cut it the other day. We cut it right on this thing, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to lay it. I say I am. I'm going to lay it right on here. And I'm going to cut it, I think, right there. That's probably the width I need. No, it's a little too there. All right, let's carry it down right there. Let's see what we get. All right. Cut it off and make sure it's the right size. I'm going to save those strips now because I don't want to lose this one either. I can use it later. So I'm going to just stick this little extra strip I got over on the side over here. And I will use it somewhere. But for right now, we're going to dress up this tab right here by putting that right in the center of, and I almost cut it perfect. Can't complain. Now, if I can just lay it in straight, we'll be doing good. A little bit off on that edge there. There we go. All right, so now I've got that dressed up little ribbon like I like to do. See, there is so many things that you can do. Even if you're using the same design over and over, the same design, you can change it up with the elements that you put on it and make such a difference. Okay, I want to be careful because I don't want to narrow this pocket down any more than it is. So I am going to move this one up, and I think I'm going to cut it off right there. Now I'm going to carry it all the way over, and I'm going to carry it where the lace does not come below the original design. So let me ink it. Goodness gracious. Let me glue this one up first. Just a strip of glue. And let me grab my wipes. Wipe my glue up. Stay ahead of the game. All right, and we're going to come down with it. Like I say, none of the lace is going to touch the second pocket. It's just all going to be up at the top. Right there. And the line was right there, so the little hoops are right on that line. Okay, we're going to press it down, and then we're going to come in here with our scissors and cut this angle. Right there. Just trim it up, however you want it trimmed up. And I'm going to save that little piece. I don't know what for, but we'll figure it out. All right. So there that is. Now, one next step. I've already made my strip to give me that little strip there to get that look that I like. And I think I want to cut just a tiny bit more off maybe. Yeah, it's going a little too deep. So I'm going to cut a little bit more off. I don't know what that beat was. Oh, wrong board. I think my computer's cutting up, guys. I hear it clicking. I'm sorry. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. And maybe it's just telling me my internet's getting weak. We have Optima, and unfortunately, they're just not that good. They have gotten, matter of fact, they've gotten really bad. I don't want to, okay. Okay, let's see if we can cut just a tiny bit. I don't want to cut a lot off, but enough that it's not so much hanging over the edge here. That's another thing. It's just one of these things you will work on, and it'll just have to catch your eye will just have to decide how you want it to look. And I like this right here because it goes right to where that one's at. So we're going to do the same thing. Make sure we don't have a lot of glue on this piece. I'm going to just glue it. There we go. That's pretty. Let's see how simple that was to put in. I love the way we attach these inserts. That looks pretty now. So now it keeps it with the theme of the whole book. I have a little piece down there that this was wanting to pop up, but we'll go ahead and glue it and make it right. All right, I don't know why my computer's singing, but I'm looking at it. Hopefully we are recording. And it does look like we are. Let me check my computer, guys. I'll be right back. Well, I couldn't visually see anything wrong, so we'll just go on with it. All right, so now we've pretty much got this page done. We pretty much got it where we want it. I'm going to come in and ink this edge right here. I'm going to come around here and ink this, just the top edge of this pocket right here. That gives it just a little more distinction. And then, guess what time it is? Time to glue it down. All right, where did we say we were going to glue? Do you remember? Because we've already covered the page. But we're going to glue it here, and we're going to glue it here. All right? So that was the two glue lines. Glue it right here, all the way down into the gutter, excuse me. I got to try to use one word, gutter. Remember I told you about that little edge of that gutter right there? Always fill that in because you want a good smooth look. If you got any loose pieces like that, go ahead and glue them down. Okay. I got a little bit too high up in that one. All right, roll it over, and we're going to press it down. Okay, I'm going to pull it back up for a second because I do want to glue this little bit right here in that little gutter part, okay? I think we're good. All right, I think we're good there. All right, so next step. Look at it, make sure everything's like you want. We're going to come on with the last step on this page, and that's going to be the lace. It's going to go on this side. We have got to really make sure this lace is down good so that it will not interfere with that right there. So let's take a look at it. We want it right about there. We want to kind of center it on the page, and that's going to be beautiful. All right. First piece, always, you just got like two rows. You got to just put a bead of glue. This row here and this row here. Really on the first piece is all you need. Sometimes I do kind of come just below the swirl, above the heart, and do a little strip just for a little extra stuff there. But when you put the second piece on, you're going to catch all the rest of that. Okay? And that's if you're using the lace. And that's if you're using the paper lace. If you're using regular lace, you know how to put your regular lace on, obviously. I like the paper lace. That's the new me for right now. A lot of work in it, but I still love the paper lace. Okay, we've got all that glued down. Easy enough. And now we're going to come. We can't do the other side yet because we haven't put our piece on. And I've got to decide what did my computer's driving me crazy. I do not know what the sound is. And if I cut the sound off, I'm going to cut you guys off. Give me a second. No, I can't do that. That's going to take my microphone off, and I can't do it. But I'm going to cut it down a little. Maybe it's not going to make as much noise. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know why it wants to give me technical difficulties this morning, but like I said, Optima is usually the problem. My internet is probably going in and out. It's probably my warning. All right, we've got to get a page to go here. And I know that this one was this one and this one. Maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't. This is the one we wanted back here on the back of the swing, and this one's going on that one. Okay. That's what it was. All right, so we've got the swing ready to go right here. Okay, on this one. So we'll go ahead and get it put on. We've got it all cut and ready. It's a matter of gluing it up. It doesn't really take long to do a couple of pages. I lost count. I believe this is either number 11 or... We've done 10, so this is either number 11 or number 12. I may have one in here that I haven't even put on yet, on video yet. Got so busy with that party, I had to just kind of slow off a little bit. And besides, a few girls that I know for a fact are following this video, they're catching up, so it wasn't a matter of urgency of getting any more videos up right this second, but we're almost done with the series. Then it's going to just be fun things like putting in tuck spots and little flip things on the inserted pages that we did. We're still working on, just clarify, we are still working on the folded pages that we designed, or the folded pockets. So that's the pages we're working on. Okay, we've got this one on. That went on very smoothly, guys, very smoothly. We are going to do a gutter here, like we've done the other ones. I am going to turn it over, and as you see, I've got a little bit poking out the top and a little bit poking out the bottom. I got to get my scissors in a position I can cut, and that's not always easy for me. I don't think I am able to work with both hands. Some people can work with both hands in any way they can, any way they want, and bless their hearts if they can. That's wonderful. Me, I am basically strictly right-handed. I just maneuver better with just my right hand. And now I'm developing carpal tunnel, so I don't know how much longer that's even going to be a possibility. I'm trimming it up. Got the white off that edge. This one should go easier because I'm not having to twist my hand any specific way. Make sure you don't make your page uneven if you can help it. Okay. I've got a little bit more white sticking out right here. Okay. Just a slither. It's amazing how just a little bit can make such a difference. All right, that's on. That's done. We're going to go ahead and put that last piece of lace on. And then that whole page right there will be done, other than us building the pocket, the tags that's going into the pockets. And I'm thinking maybe my computer's doing some updating, because it did say something a while ago about out-of-date drivers. It might be updating my drivers. I wish I could remember sometime to make it so all that stuff's done late at night when I'm not over here. Don't like it doing that when I'm working. All right, so that one's on. That one's on. We got to go back in and finish these little edges here. Just got to get everything glued right in that edge, making sure those edges are touching, because you want to seal that. And what that does is again, gives you a very strong paper lace here that doesn't easily tear. And that's really what we're after. All right. So everything's on, and everything's on. That page went really smoothly. In. So we're going to take just a little pause. I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 tags to fit this, and I'll be right back, and then we'll start on this last page. Hopefully we can get all that in one video. Be right back. Okay, I found me 2 to make little. I just took a piece like a background and just cut some elements out of it just to give me a card, okay? And so this is what I come up with. All right, so of course, you know, this is going to go here and this one here, and we're going to work on it. So set the book up just a second. Let me get my lead pencil just went all to pieces. Want to go and grab a little bit of cardstock. That's always my first step is, let's see if we got an old piece that we don't have to waste. Okay, we're going to go ahead and I'm pulling some of this old off. Something I glued on earlier. But anyway, the cardstock, we're going to go here with that one. Real easy, simple. I still got blinking going on my computer. Don't know what it is, guys. I apologize. But for this video, we're just going to have to deal with it, and then I'll reboot the whole computer in a minute. Don't know what is going on. I can't find any alarm, anything that's telling me what's wrong. So just going to assume it's one of those just things I can't do nothing about for right now. All right, we got that one glued on. My tray back over here. Okay, so we've got the background on. Check it out. So now we've got the little 110-pound cardstock. That's what I use, guys. That's my normal. Anybody that's new today, welcome. I want to say welcome. Thanks for stopping in, and hope you'll watch the whole video with us. Hit like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But we give you a warm welcome. And I know that Nana K stuff is usually uncut, unrehearsed. It is what it is. You see how my day-to-day life goes when you see my videos. I don't make it look all frilly and pretty. I make it look like it truly, really is. This is what it's all about. So, the real facts of crafting. Without the thrill, the frill. And I don't say the thrill because it's thrilling regardless, but nothing extra frilly. It is what it is. Like, there are mistakes that get made, and you got to learn to correct those mistakes. And there are times you just have to throw it all away, which I rarely run into that. Most of the time, I can correct my boo-boos somehow, some way. And I do teach you that on my videos, and I don't, you know, I do make errors right here on my videos, and I will. If I make an error, I'm going to show you how I correct it. Doesn't mean it's the right way, the wrong way, whatever. It's just Nana K's way. And that's what we do here. All right, so we've got the backs on. So now we're going to make these little journaling spots. And if you've been with me long again, you understand that I want journaling spots on the backs of all my cards. That's just what I do. And I pre-print my journal pages, front and back, my line pages. I have just about every color imaginable in my lined laced print here. And I'm going to make this one an open up. So now we'll go over it one more time. I've done it several times. If you want your hidden writing spot to open this way, when you've got your paper down, you have to lay it all the way to the right. If you want it to open this way, you lay it all the way to the left. If you're just going to just make it a flat back, you don't have to worry. We're going to make this a little bit of an opening, and I think on this one, I'm going to let it flip up. So, in order to let it flip up, I have to put it down at the lower right corner to get a flip up. All right, so that's what we're going to work on this one. And you don't have to. You can just glue it, just glue lines on the back and be done with it. Or you can actually go get another print if you don't want lined paper on your cards. You can just go get a pretty solid print of some kind or something to put on the back. Whatever you like. It's your choice. This is just my style. This is the way I design all my books. Because my thought process is, well, this is a journal and you need to be able to write on it as much as you can. And you've got so many pretty decorative pages that you're not going to probably write on, or you don't want to cover up. So adding writing spots all through the book in different places, that also helps with it. All right, now this edge, you have to try to make it as straight as you possibly can. And it looks like we're going to go over it. I'm trying to straighten it out. What I do is I fold my paper when my lines here are matching. And I've got a little bit of an overhang at the tops, which means most logical. No, that's not right either. Okay, it's not printing. It didn't print right, evidently. So they're not matching up like I like them to, so we won't even go on that route. But anyway, we're going to make it so that we don't have much sticking out this edge. And I'm going to go back down here out of my own curiosity. I'm going to go ahead and trim this, guys, before I fold it. And I'm going to trim it even if it's not even. So I'm going to put it on here, right here on my cutting board. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this, and hopefully I'll get it even if it's not. All right, we got a little bit, so I'm going to go to cut off one more little slither, guys, just a little bit off that edge and make it as straight as I can. And again, my blade's getting dull, and when I start cutting with this thin paper, it doesn't want to cut like I want it to. So I have a remedy for that too. All right, so what helps to do that, if you're having a cutting issue, put this piece in, just a scrap piece. Line the piece you want to cut up, like here. But put this a little above it. But this is my cutting line right here. I'm going to cut in just a tiny bit to level out right there where it's uneven. But by putting that one behind it, I get a little, oh man, that was not good. Hopefully we can cut some of that off. Press down and cut that off. And now I've got an even card, and that's what I was after, and that's what I use that scrap for, and just throw it back in your bucket. All right, now, I messed up this corner, but I think we're going to pull that off anyway, so not a problem. Let's fold it over to where we want it to be. The fold over, remember I told you I was going to flip it up. All right, so it's going to be a flip-up space. And we have got a little bit we can cut off the bottom, and that's all. I'm not going to make any folds, no pockets, anything extra here. We're just going to do the same thing and just cut that little bit off right there. Don't have enough off. I'm going to cut one more little bit because I got a chunk out of this corner. Don't know how that happened, so I'm going to cut it off again. Just a little bit smaller. And I think I got a nice corner there. Again, I was going to punch that corner out anyway, so I really didn't have to do that. All right, now we've got this on. Let's try to flatten the card out some. We're getting a little bit of a roll here. We don't want it to roll. Okay, what I do for a roll, when I start getting rolled in one way, I put my blade on just lightly. Don't do much. Then roll it down, and that kind of helps flatten it out. All right, we're going to make the bottom corners rounded. My trusty round corner punch. I always put my printed paper on top like that, because my line paper, because that's the one that wants to have a tendency to roll under. All right, we got it that way. You can do however you wish. You can put it, I'm going to go ahead and do it all the way around. You don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and do mine all the way around. Just make it, I don't know, for some reason, I just like the rounded look. This makes it more of a finished look to me. All right, then we're going to grab our ink pad. Again, I am using the Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide. That's my color for this journal. My journal is called Teal Tranquility. That is the designer book we're working with. I'm seeing a little edge here that should be sticking there. Let me just kind of trim a little. And it might just be me, but I think I'm seeing a slither. See that? I don't know, guys, if y'all can see that or not, but that can make the biggest difference in the world for me. And it's still a little bit further down like this. Okay, let's ink this up. All right. Now, you can decorate this pocket further by going in and finding some clip art. I've got a little box of clip art up here. Not a lot. I don't want to use anything big. But you can come in and put a clip art in here, or just a flower. Let me see if I got anything in just my flower cutouts that'll work. I don't think I do, because it got so much. See, that's taking up too much of my writing spot right there. So you really don't want much. But you can go find a small flower to go in that corner. And I'm not going to decorate this one, but that's my writing pocket to go in this one. Okay, now let's get this bottom one. We've got the card on. Again, we've got to go find a writing spot. And I think the only thing I'm going to do with this one is just a flat back. I'm going to show you what I mean by flat back. All right, this one's good. We're just going to simply, this is the easiest sterling card you can make right here. Just simply do the back like so. Make sure that those corners are covered. That's the biggest thing. Make sure your corners are covered. Then all right, and we're going to do it. Lay it down. I will trim it up in just a minute. Yes, there's pieces sticking out, but that's okay. Match the card. I want it not to roll, so I'm going to do both sides. Helps me get a good flat image. And then I'm going to trim. This one is just going to be simply a journaling card with a lined back. Okay. All right, so there's what you got there. I got a little glue up right there. I'm going to try to push it out. If I can't, I'll pull it back and get it. It's a little lump, and I may not can get it off at all. I don't like that. I think I got a clunk of glue up under it. But I can't get it out, so we're not going to fight with it too much. All right, same thing. We're going to round all my corners, and then that pocket's going to be done. All the way around. You guys know I like the rounded corners, like I said. That's what I want. This corner right here is wanting to give me a hard time. There we go. All right, and decorate it. Okay. Okay, we're like 36 minutes in this video. I don't want it to be extremely long. We like to keep Sundays short and sweet. Here we go, into there. Now, guys, you can actually shorten that a little bit more if you wanted to. And it's still wet, so it's not got that good stiffness I want, but it will. But you can actually, and I don't know how many times I've showed you this, probably hundreds, but if you don't like how easily it's going in or something, just go in and stretch the paper a little bit like that. Be careful, though. Don't rip it. And then slide your card in. There you go. See how much easier that went in? Okay. And I try to make them kind of as uniform as I possibly can, like this. And I've still got a piece right here hanging out that I'm just not liking the looks of. Okay. All right, that got it. Just me. All right, so now you've got your two cards. But if you wanted to, guys, you could come in. Hope my head's not in the way. And you could put a pull tab on this one. That's strictly up to you. I'm not going to put a pull tab on mine. This one's going to stay. All right, let's do just these three little pockets. I've got them cut, and I'm not, you know, we're going to use this in the background right here, and we got three pockets. It won't take but a second to glue this one down. Let's go out. I already said I wasn't going to glue that because you know how to do it, but it won't take me but a second to get it all glued down, and let's get that one out of the way. Get this much done. Yeah, if we can get 2 pages done per video, we'll be through this book in just a very short amount of time now. And I have thoroughly enjoyed the Teal Tranquility. It has been a lot of fun to do. All right. I always have to turn the book to me to line it up. And I don't worry about this inside piece so much because the pocket's going to fall over and glue, so you're not going to see this bottom half. So you don't even have to do this large of a piece on this. But I do want it where it's not sticking out the back if I can get it. I am so tired of my computer equipment being cutting up. And it's not that I have cheap equipment. I have expensive equipment. And I'm really getting mad. And Dale, I'm letting you know, I'm really getting mad with this. I've got 2 of the most expensive computers that Dale has. And I just constantly having issues with them, and I'm not happy with it. All right. I'm going to have to roll this book back just a little, but be very careful when you do that. It's not going to work for me. I got to turn it this way. There you go. I don't know why. That's just the way it is. Like I told y'all earlier, there are just days I have to do it with everything going out the right side. For one thing, my wrist is hurting. I think I'm developing carpal tunnel, and that's a nightmare for an artist, especially a paper crafter, because I have to use these scissors and I have to twist and fold stuff. But anyway, I'm trying to trim the white off. If you're not meticulous like me and you don't care, you don't have to worry about it. But I'm just trying to be meticulous today, I guess. And I just want to get that one last little piece of white off and one little piece right there off, and that's got it. I'm not going to worry about this one at the top because we are going to put lace on this side here, so don't worry about that. All right, so now we've got this done. So now you can see pretty much where the 3 pockets are going to go. I've already got them cut to size, and the way I designed it, I'm missing one. There it is. The way I designed this was I measured it out, and the solid is going to go right there in the middle. I designed this where the solid goes in the middle, and you can decide which way. You make sure your paper's running the way it's supposed to be. And I'm going to pull it up to there because I'm going to come in with a strip on both of these to make the book uniform. Okay. All right, I'm going to center that one. Now, the reason I can see this is you may not can see it on the book, but I've already drawn the lines where I need to center that in between. So that was part of my prep, was getting where I wanted this. But I'm laying this down first because in case one of these other 2 pockets come over a little bit, they will hang over, okay? I'm going to come in and cut, but be careful. Cut the white off right there. Grab our punch and go ahead and punch our spot back out. All right. So now that one's done. All right, so that pocket is in place, and let's ink it up so we can get some distinction, because these are both exactly, so you see that little bit of inking made the distinction there that we were trying to get, so we know that there's a pocket there, guys. And you can just ink it up a little more if you wish. That's an option. All right, now this pocket is small a little bit than this one. I didn't do a real good measuring part, but we're going to go with it. And that one's going to lay right there. I don't want my bird's head cut off, so I have to look at that. So I'm going to have to cut a tiny bit off the bottom of this one instead of the top. And just a little, because if we cut too much, we're in a mess. Have to do it all over, and I don't want to do that. So just a little at that bottom so that my bird's head hopefully don't get cut off when we punch out. And I'm looking, and it's still, I need just a little sliver more. Just a little bit. But it's all, like I say, it's better to cut twice than to cut too much off and have to do it all over. So we did it again. All right, there we go. All right, we can glue that one down now. All right, making sure the bird's head is not where the punch out's going to be. Go ahead and put that on. It's crooked. You see the white line behind it? Don't want that. So let's twist it just a little. Let's try to make sure we're level on that edge. And even if I have to turn it over this way and look at it. Oh no, we're having a real issue. That must be All right, well, we're just going to have to go back and push it that way. And pull it down a little. I want mostly that to line up across this bottom. I can always trim those edges. But this bottom has to line up for me. Okay. Look at my bird. Okay, let me go in and make sure I'm not losing my bird's head. So I'm going to do it quickly in case I need to pull this right back off. This is fast. Trying to do it fast, guys. But I hope you're following. But I just got to make sure that we're good. All right, I didn't cut his head off. I've done a good job measuring. All right, so his head's good. All right. Now I've only got just a little tiny bit of white right there. Not enough probably to even worry about it. And I'm sorry that I'm so meticulous about things like this, but I just am. All right, same thing again. Let's ink up the thumb notch so you can really see the distinction between the two papers. Okay, so that one's on. That one looks good. We may come back and just do some little washi tape or something. I haven't made my mind yet. Oh, and this one is not wide enough at all. Now, how did we do that? Because I sure thought we had it perfectly lined up, but obviously we do not. So I have to decide, since we're going to come in with some washi tape, we're going to push it towards the edge more. My page isn't even either. All right, let's do it that way. Make sure my head's not getting punched out on my bird. Got to trim a little bit off the bottom. I thought I had it perfectly lined up, but as you see, it don't. So we'll just go with the flow. The biggest thing is I'm looking, my thumb notch is right here, so I'm just making sure that my bird is going to be in the right position and not cut his head off. It wouldn't be very pretty, and that bird back with his head cut off. Okay, one more strip here. Like I said, we're going to line it up closest to this edge because we can put washi tape here to cover the black writing. Since I cut it just a little too narrow, I'm not going to sweat that little bit. We're going to go ahead and cut this off. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired of having to turn this book around. Okay, that one's done. We're not going to cut this white off because this page got torn somehow, so we want it to stay. Because when we glue it in, you're not even going to see it anyway. Now we're going to cut the thumb notch out for the last pocket. Got your little triple pocket here. All right, there's your triple pocket. We need to put some glue on this bottom. All right, right there. And let's grab that same washi tape we already used before, and let's see what we can do with it. Let's just see how it's going to look. And I like it, so we're going with it. All right, let's cut it off totally even. Place it. That looks nice. We will not argue with that a bit. It looks okay. I'm not unhappy with it at all. And what I'm doing here is I'm laying my tape on here and getting a nice straight edge on the bottom part. And then I just roll the top over to keep that edge straight. Let's go over a little. We're not straight. Okay. And I really don't have to worry too much about this bottom because, like I said, we're going to put the strip in. Okay, there we go. Finally. Roll it over a little and just cut it. I got to order some more washi tape. I'm getting really low. There we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right. You know what to do with these, right? We want this edge. We want this edge. So pull out our ripping ruler. Or tearing ruler, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make that much noise. Well, it's just going to determine to make that noise, isn't it? There we go. And we're going to ink it up a little. All right. Glue paper. Our glue stick. Slide it down in the gutter. Get it lined up at the top and the bottom. Slide it in the gutter, lined up at the top and the bottom. Slide it down that gutter. That's really important. Down that gutter. Press, press. Now we've got that beautiful strip like we need. Okay, so we've got that pocket done. So we're going to put a strip here. We'll do that off camera. You know how to do it, just like we've done here. All right, flip it back over and get this pocket. We're going to glue the pockets down now. Now, you do not have to do all 3 pockets if you don't want to. You can just glue these 2 sides. Me, I'm going to glue all 3 because I've designed it for 3 pockets, and then I will fit my cards to design that down. Like I've always told you, when you're doing these altered books, where you tore the paper out in that little gutter there, and where you tore the paper out in that gutter there, you got to have it all the way down so that it'll match up all the way to the cloth binder strip that's put at the top. Okay, now I've already got everything else lined up here, so I know where the pockets should be. I've got it lined up here. Remember, we pre-planned all this, so we know where we wanted them in the very beginning. If you missed that, go back to the first video in this series. The Altered Book Start to Finish is what this series is. And I'm telling you guys, I have done my very best to try to make sure every single thing has been included in this book so that you didn't miss anything. You got the basic general part of the book. All right, there's your 3 pockets. This one's a little off-centered, not happy with it, and I may cover it because I do not like that being off-centered like that. So, there again, when you're not happy with something, there's always a way to fix it, and I'm going to fix that. How I'm going to fix it is this way. I'm trying to decide I'm going to fix it. I don't like that punch mark there. I'm going to go ahead and pull these back off because I got to fix that. I don't like it at all. I need to look and see if I have another piece of that pink paper printed. If I don't, we're going to have to print some and come back and repair that. I'm hoping by some magic I have a piece of that in here. Sometimes I do have a little left over and things. And if I don't, we might use something else. It seems like I can't find one. So you know what? I'm going to grab this piece right here, and I'm going to make me a new piece to go right here. All right, so I'm going to make me a new piece. All right, guys. Now this is where you're getting to see a patch job. When you don't like something and you've already got it together, you can repair it. Nothing is lost. Everything can be fixed, or hopefully most everything, just about everything can be fixed. Some way or another we can fix it. We're going to save that for some kind of a strip we might want to make. All right, let's go. We lined that up. I don't like the writing anyway, so it's pretty. And we need to cut it off right here. And that turned out really pretty anyway. So, you know, the error may be, make it look a better fix anyway. Okay, cut it. It's lined up. All right. Put this back down. All right, before I do that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and punch my new hole right here. Okay, I always fold and get my fold point, and then I center it here, and I bring my punch up to these two lines here and in the center of that one. And that's how I make my thumb notches. Okay, it's a torn. This is not going to be happy because it's didn't have anything behind it, so it's gotten jammed on me. Give me a second. All right, there we go. Put me a piece of, always a way to fix that. You can just put a piece of paper behind it, guys. I'll line it up again and cap it again. Sometimes the paper is too thin. I think it's because my blade's getting there. See, that's how you fix that. All right. Just another little tip and trick from Hannah Kay. If your blade's getting dull, I really do need to go get some aluminum foil and sharpen my blades a little bit. All right. Did you see what I'm having to do? Because it's still showing up. This piece right here. Then we're going to glue this piece right here, this pocket that we just made. Glue it completely down. And all this, the only reason I did this again was because I had made my thumb notch in the wrong spot. It was not centered and it looked really awkward to me on the page. So here we go. This looks nice. This looks nice. Okay, now I'm going to go back and punch it one more time, my thumb notch. Hopefully it's dry enough. And that's another thing. Be careful when you're doing this, because if they're not good and dry, sometimes you still get that same lack of clack. There you go. All right, so now we've got it centered, and I'm not even changing the tape. The tape's still well enough. It's divided it. I do need to add a little bit of glue on this edge. We didn't get it good, so we're going to go back and glue it. Okay. There. Now it looks nice. Now it's centered. It looks good. Everything looks good on that page. Now we're going to come back on the next video, put the lace on, and we'll get our backing done, and I'll have cards ready for the next video. So let's go back in and redo this since we pulled it apart. I'm going to go back and thin that out, guys. I did put too much glue there. It went too far out, so I'm going to hopefully wipe some of it off and try to make a thinner line. My glue's just not acting normal today. Right there and right there. Okay, let's go. One more time. Oops. Right down this middle again. Let's make sure everything's glued. I want a good solid line there and a good solid line there of glue. Put it over. All right, this is a beautiful page. All right, so now you got pockets here. Now, if I had it to do all over again, and I'm only going to show you this because this is what caught my eye, because I am so funny about this. I should have planned this card where my bird baths were up, because I like it, like you're viewing it, looking at it this way, but it's all right. Well, we're going to do 3 pull cards next, and we're going to put the lace on the next video. Well, this is our Sunday afternoon. We're getting ready to go eat lunch with our last 2 grandkids that are spending the weekend with us, and I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say I hope you enjoyed the video, and come back again soon. Like and subscribe. Please take the time to go to my coffee site, FI site, Nana K Designs, and buy me a cup of coffee, and Nana K and Friends on Facebook. All the descriptions will be in the video description below. Visit me on those sites. Also, make sure you register. Some of those sites, we offer free products, so when you go on there, you'll get free products. I've been a little slack in getting my free products out, guys, but I promise you, they're coming. They're coming. You can get them on there probably this week coming up. And I think that's got us. So that's what we got done today. This pocket, and this little pocket, and these 3 little pockets, and we'll have journaling cards in those by the time you come back in the lace on. So this is Nana K, Sunday afternoon saying bye-bye. Have a great day.